Good morning, students. In the previous sessions, I had completed the first chapter of trigonometry, that is about heights and distances. In today's session, I am starting a new chapter in which we discuss about the compound angles, the multiple angles and also the transformation formula. First, let me give the definition of a compound angle. Then I will give you some formulae. Using them, we are going to work out some problems. Now, till now in the earlier sessions, whenever you learnt about trigonometry, we are considering only one angle, maybe theta or A or B or C, like that. Now let me take the angle, say A is an angle, B is an angle, C is an, so D, all of them are angles. Now when you add them, that is A plus B, we are adding two angles here, or it may be B minus C, or it may be A minus B plus C, or it may be B plus C minus D, etc. That is, I am combining angles, I am adding, I am subtracting and adding and subtracting. So, any two or more angles, when they are added or subtracted, is called a compound angle. In general I can say the sum or difference of two or more angles is called a compound angle. Now, when you started learning about trigonometry, you had learnt about the basic definition of trigonometric ratios. What is sin theta, what is cosecant theta, all of them. In all those cases, we had considered only one angle. It may be sin theta or sin A or whatever may be that one. Here, I am getting the value of sin of A plus B. See, one thing you have to be alert here. It is not the removal of the bracket. Many students commit that mistake. Sin of A plus B, they write it as sin of A plus sin of B. See, that is okay when you are discussing about an algebraic expression. We are having A into B plus A. I can write it as AB plus A. See, this is the actual multiplication, whereas here it is not the removal of the bracket or not the multiplication. Sin of A plus B is not equal to sin A plus sin B. It is entirely a different expansion. So now I am going to give you the formula for sin of A plus B, sin of A minus B, cos of A plus B, cos of A minus B, and tan of A plus B, tan of A minus B. Now proof of all these formulae are not in your syllabus, so you have to by heart all these formulae and we are going to work out the problem on this one. The first one is sin of A plus B, the trigonometric ratios of A plus B. First one, sin of A plus B. A is the first angle, B is the second angle. It is the sum of the two angles for which I am taking the sin ratio. So this would be equal to sin of A. A means it is the first angle. Sin of the first angle into cos of B. That is the cos of the second angle. Sin of A into cos of B. The second term, it is cos of A into sin of B. Observe here, A means it is the first angle, B means it is the second angle. Sin of the first angle into cos of the second angle plus cos of the first angle into sin of the second angle. So this is the expansion of sin of A plus B. You observe both the terms are containing both the sin and cos ratios. Now let me come to the second one, second formula, cos of A plus B. Here also we are having plus, here also on the right hand side also we are having positive sign. Here cos of A plus B, the expansion is, it is cos A into cos of B. Both of them are cos ratio. First we take angle A, first angle, then the second angle. Cos A, cos B minus sin A into sin B. Now this is the formula to find the value of cos of sum of the two angles. It is purely a cosine product, that's purely a sine product. Cos A into cos B minus sin A into sin B. We are having on the left hand side the positive sign, the right hand side it is a minus sign. Now come to the third one. It is tan of A plus B. Here it is, the formula is this one. Tan A, first angle, tan B, the second angle, whole thing divided by 1 minus tan A into tan of B. Here this formula contains only the tan ratio, whereas here in this one both of them are considered. Sin of A plus B has both sin A, cos B, cos A and sin B, and cos of A plus B also is containing both the ratios, cos ratio as well as the sin ratio, whereas in the case of tan of A plus B, it is tan A plus tan B divided by 1 minus tan A into tan B. You observe we are having the sum or the plus sign, so the numerator is positive, the denominator is negative. So these are the three formulae which give us the expansion of the trigonometric ratios of the angle A plus B, that is sum of the two angles. Now let me move on to the difference of the two angles. Here I had considered the angles angle A plus B. I am considering the angle A minus B. First one, it is sin of A minus B. Now what is the expansion here? It is sin A cos B minus cos A into sin B. You observe the same terms are present. The difference is I am having minus sign here, the right hand side also minus sign. So when it was plus, it is plus, minus, the right hand side is minus. Now in the second one, cos of A minus B, again the terms are same. It is cos A into cos B, minus is there, here it is plus, sin A into sin B. It's easy to remember these formulae. If you remember them, the procedure, you can remember the second set of formulae. Here we had plus on the left hand side, minus on the right hand side. This is the other sign. Here minus on the left hand side, plus on the right hand side. The third one, it is tan of A minus B, the difference of the ratios. Here again it is tan A minus tan B divided by 1 plus tan A into tan B. Now we had plus sign here, numerator was positive, denominator had negative sign. Here again minus here, numerator is negative, denominator is having the positive sign. So the terms are same, only the change, the difference is in the respective signs here. Now if you have to by heart all these formulae, no derivation for this one, it is not included in your syllabus. So using them we are going to work out the problems. Here I have not specified any value for A and B here. A can be an acute angle, obtuse angle, reflection, whatever may be the value of that one. Same thing is applicable for B also. Irrespective of the values of A and B, these formulae they hold good. But when you have A here and maybe the angle may be lying between 90 and 180, that is in the second quadrant, in that case sin A becomes positive, cos A becomes negative. So you have to apply the appropriate formula, appropriate rule so that you can get the proper sign and value, because you have learned them under the allied angle. That is in the very first class I had revised the first year PSU trigonometry portion. In that one I had given you the 3 rules of allied angle, rule 1, rule 2 and the acts rule here. Using them you can get the value of all of them depending upon the angles A and B. They may be an acute angle means all the ratios would be positive. Obtuse angle means sign would be positive, other would be negative, like that. Depending upon the values of A and B, we have to allot the appropriate sign and get the value. So A and B in general, all these results they hold good. Now using these formula, I am going to work out or I am going to get some standard values. Again, in first year PUC, I had mentioned about the standard angles of trigonometric ratios of standard angles. What are they? 0 degrees, 0 degree, 30 degrees, 45 degrees, 60 degree and 90 degree. So these are called as the standard values. See, apart from these, there are 2 more angles which come in the first quadrant only, that is acute angles only. One is 15 degrees, the other one is 75 degrees. Now using these compound angle formulae, we can get the values of sin of 75, cos of 75 and tan of 75. Similarly, sin 15, cos 15 as well as tan 15. So next problem is to find the values, to find the values of sine of 75 degrees, cos of 75 degrees and tan of 75 degrees. Now, these are standard values. You have to remember them and you can use them wherever we want. And this can be expected for 2-mark question. See, the formula will not be asked for derivation because it is not included in your syllabus, whereas the problems of this one, that is using the compound angle formula, you can get the standard values here. First, let me take sine of 75. Let me take the value sine of 75. Now, we can split the angle 75 into 2 parts here. But you have to remember, when you split it, when you write it as sum of the 2 angles, both of them should be standard angles. How could you do that one? Sine of 45 plus 30 degrees. Don't write 50 plus 25 like that, because both 55, 50 and 25, they are not standard values. So these are standard values. 45 plus 30 is equal to 75 degrees. Now which formula does it resemble? Sine of A plus B. What is A here? A is 45 degrees and B is 30 degree. Let me use the formula. Sine A, that is sine of the first angle, into cos B, cos of the second angle, that is cos 30. Next, cos of the first angle, that is cos 45, into sine of the second angle, that is sine 30. You observe that all of them are standard angles whose values are known to you. What is sine 45? It is 1 by root of 2 into cos 30 is root 3 by 2 plus what is cos 45? 1 by root of 2 and sine 30 has got the value 1 by 2 or half. Now look here. This can be written as root 3 divided by 2 root 2 plus 1 divided by 2 root 2. Now you observe, it is the sum of the 2 fractions, and again the denominator is common, which becomes the LCM. So when you take the LCM, this is 2 root 2. What is the numerator? It is root 3 plus 1. Now this is the standard value. Sine of 75 degrees equal to root 3 plus 1 divided by 2 root 2. Now this derivation you can expect for a 2-mark question. Then you have to split and write like this, 45 and 30, or you can write 30 and 45 also. You can write sine 30, sine of 30 plus 45, even then you will be getting the same value, because you know that the sum addition is commutative. A plus B equal to B plus A. Therefore, either you can write 45 plus 30 or 30 plus 45, you will be getting the same rule. Now let me move on to the next one, next formula, that is cos of 75 degrees. The same way I am splitting that one, cos 45 plus 30. Now let me come to the formula cos of A plus B. What is the formula? What does the formula say? Cos of A into cos of B. We are multiplying the cosine terms of both the angles. Cos of the first angle into cos of the second angle. It is purely a cosine product, minus. Here when you are having positive sign, the right hand side contains the negative sign. Again, both of them are sine ratios. Sine 45 into sine 30. Again, these are all standard values. What is cos 45? It is 1 by root of 2 into what is cos 30? Again, root 3 by 2. What is sine 45? 1 by root of 2. Sine 30 is 1 by 2. Again, let me rewrite that one. Root 3 divided by 2 root 2 minus 1 divided by 2 root 2. In this case, it is the difference of 2 fractions. Our usual procedure is taking the LCM and writing the numerator. When the denominator is common, that itself becomes a LCM. So this is the value of cos of 75 degrees. So we are having sine 75 degree, root 3 plus 1 divided by 2 root 2. Cos 75 is root 3 minus 1 divided by 2 root 2. Now, these are the two standard values, like you had by hearted the results of sin 0, sin 30, sin 45, like that. Even they come under the same category. Even these are known as the standard values. You are supposed to remember, wherever you come across this one, you can write these values. Now, let me come to the third one, that is tan of 75. Here, to get the value of tan of 75, again you can split and write, or you can use the result that tan theta is equal to sin theta divided by cos theta. So, sin 75 divided by cos 75, whose values already have been calculated, you can substitute. Or else, as in the earlier cases also, you can write it as the sum of the two angles, tan 45 plus 30. Now, again it is of the form tan of A plus B. Now, let me use the formula. It is tan A. What is tan A here? Tan A means tan 45 plus tan B, that means tan 30, whole thing divided by 1 minus tan A, that is tan 45 into tan B, that is 30 degree. Now, you observe that again all of them are standard values. What is tan 45? 1, tan 30, 1 by root 3. Denominator 1 minus 1 into 1 by root 3, same values. Now, the numerator is 1 plus 1 by root 3. That is the sum of the two fractions. Denominator 1 minus 1 by root 3, that is the difference. So, here we do the arithmetical calculation. For the numerator, LCM is root 3. This would become root 3 plus 1. For the denominator also, root 3 is the LCM. 1 into root 3, that is root 3 minus 1. Now, cancel root 3. What is remaining? Root 3 plus 1 divided by root 3 minus 1. Clearly, you see that we are having an irrational number in the denominator. What is our usual procedure? It has to be rationalized and write it as far as possible. Try to write it in the form of an irrational number. And for that, now the rationalizing factor is root 3 plus 1 and multiply and divide by that number. Multiply and divide by root 3 plus 1 here on the right hand side. Therefore, tan of 75. Now look at the numerator. It is of the form A plus B into A plus B. So it becomes a perfect square, that is root 3 plus 1 the whole square. Now look at the denominator. Denominator is of the form A minus B into A plus B. Again we use algebraic formula. A minus B into A plus B is A square minus B square. Now numerator you can expand using the formula A plus B the whole square. What is the expansion? A square plus B square plus 2 into A into B. Denominator root 3 whole square means 3, 1 square means 1. Now what is root 3 whole square? Again it becomes 3, 1 square is 1 plus 2 into root 3. Denominator 3 minus 1, that is 2. Now let me add this one. 3, you cannot add all of them because it is irrational, this is rational. Only the rational numbers can be added. 3 plus 1, 4 and plus 2 into root 3 divided by 2. Clearly you see that there is a common factor from the numerator terms, 2 into 2 plus root 3 divided by 2. So 2 and 2 they are cancelled. So what is remaining now? We are having two terms are remaining. One is plus 2, the other is plus root 3. Therefore, you can write tan of 75 degrees equal to 2 plus square root of 3. So all these expansions, if at all it is asked, it can be expected for a 2-mark question. So we have used the formula the compound angle formula A plus B, to get the values of 75 degrees of the trigonometric ratios of 75 degrees. So what is the next possibility? We try to get the values of 15 degrees, the trigonometric ratios of 15 degrees. Now for that, first let me consider the first one, sine of 15 degrees. Now 75, I split that as 45 plus 30. I have to add two angles. Now 15, it's a smaller value. Now let me write it as the difference of the two functions, difference of the two angles here. So 15 degrees could be expressed as 45 minus 30. There when it was 75, it was 45 plus 30. Now I am using the compound angle formula, that means the difference of the two angles. The same procedure, that is sine of A into cos of B minus cos of A into sine of B. The difference is only the sign. In the previous one we had the positive sign, here also positive. Here is negative, I am using negative sign. So there it was a sum of the two angles, here it is a difference of the two angles. Let me write the respective values. 1 by root 2 into root 3 by 2 minus 1 by root 2 into 1 by 2. So taking the LCM, which is a common denominator, I get the value now root 3 minus 1 divided by 2 into root of 2. So this is the value of sine of 15 degrees. Root 3. Now remember, this was the value of cos of 75 also. Be careful about the sign we will be getting here. So sine 75 was root 3 plus 1 divided by 2 root 2. Sine 15 degrees is root 3 minus 1 divided by 2 root 2. Now let me move on to the next angle, next trigonometric ratio of the same angle, cos 15 degrees. How do you write this one? The same procedure, 45 minus 30. Now which formula I am using? Cos of A minus B formula, that is the difference of the angles. So cos A into cos B. Here remember, when minus is there, this becomes plus. So this would be, terms are same, the signs are different. So sin 45 into sin 30. Now write the actual values, 1 by root 2 into root 3 by 2 plus 1 by root 2 into 1 by 2. Again doing the same arithmetical calculation, we get the value to be root 3 plus 1 divided by 2 root 2. This is nothing but cos 15 degrees. What we had for cos 75? It was root 3 minus 1 divided by 2 root 2. For cos 15 it is root 3 plus 1 divided by 2 into root of 2. What is the remaining ratio we are having? It is tan of 15 degrees. Tan of 15 degrees. I told you already, you can express it as sin theta by cos theta, and also you can get the value because already we have derived those values. Or else, as usual, you can write it as a difference of the two angles, 45 minus 30. Both are correct here. You can write it as sin 15 divided by cos 15 degrees, because both of them already have been derived and both of them are standard values. Or else, as in the earlier case, you can split and write the angle 15 degrees like tan of 45 minus 30. So I have to use the formula tan of A minus B, which is tan A minus tan B divided by 1 plus tan A into tan B. Or else, if both the methods are correct here. Let me write the values which have already derived. What is sin 15? It was root 3 minus 1 divided by 2 root 2. Write a bigger line here. Cos 15, just now I have derived root 3 plus 1 over 2 root 2. Cancel this number. Now this would be root 3 minus 1 divided by root 3 plus 1. What did you do in the previous case? We rationalize the denominator. The same procedure here also. The rationalizing factor being root 3 minus 1. Look at the numerator. it is of the form a minus b into a minus b. So it is a minus b the whole square. Denominator a plus b into a minus b. So for the numerator, I am using the algebraic formula a minus b the whole square. For the denominator, I am using another algebraic formula a plus b into a minus b. So numerator a square plus b square minus 2 into a into b. Denominator a square minus b square. So 3 plus 1 4 minus 2 root 3 and 3 minus 1 2. So dividing the numerator by 2, finally we get it as 2 minus root 3. What was tan 75? It was 2 plus root 3. Here it is 2 minus root 3. Now these are the two most standard values. Whatever you had learnt in the first year PUC, we have to add this also to the list. That is 0 degrees, 15 degrees, 30 degrees, 45 degrees, 60 degrees, 75 degrees and 90. These are all standard values. Wherever you want them, you can use them. Now 15 degrees and 75. Of course, if you want to get the value of secant 15 or cosecant 75, you know that they are the reciprocal ratios of certain one. Suppose you want to get the value of secant 15 degrees. You know that secant theta or secant 15 degrees is 1 divided by cos 15 degrees, because secant and cos, they are the reciprocal ratios. What is cos 15 degree? Just now I derived that one. Root 3 plus 1 divided by 2 root 2. Now this 2 root 2 being the denominator of the denominator goes to the numerator, and this would be the value of secant 15 degrees. Similarly, if you want to get the value of cosecant 75 or cosecant 15, take the reciprocal of sin 15 or sin 75, you get the result. On the same lines, to get the values of cot 75 and cot 15 degrees, you have to take the reciprocal value of tan 75, and in that case, because you will be having an irrational number, they have to be rationalized. Okay, these are the standard values of the respective ratios. Now, one more result. See, in the sets of formula I gave you, one was sin a plus b, cos a plus b, tan a plus b. Second one was sin a minus b, cos a minus b, tan a minus b. Now, these formula, the proof is not there directly, you can by heart and use them. Now, for a 2-mark question, you can expect one problem here, that is, prove that cot of a plus b is equal to cot A into cot B minus 1 divided by cot B plus cot A. That is, it is nothing but the expansion of cot of A plus B. Cot of A plus B is cot A cot B product minus 1 divided by cot B plus cot A. Now, you can get the result here in 2 ways. One is, either you can write cot A plus B as cos, because you know that cot theta is cos theta divided by sin theta. You can use that way also. Then write what is cos of A plus B divided by sin of A plus B. That is one method. Or else, you know that cot and tan, they are reciprocal ratios. So let me consider, both the methods are correct again. Cot of A plus B now can be written as 1 by tan of A plus B. I am using the compound angle formula because already I have given you the result here. Now what is tan of A plus B? Right, 1 divided by tan A plus B is tan A plus tan B divided by 1 minus tan A into tan B. See, when you are having a fraction divided by another fraction, write this line a little bit lengthier to avoid any confusion. You should know which is numerator, which is denominator. Now this being the denominator of the denominator goes to the numerator. So this would be 1 minus tan A into tan B, whole thing divided by this I am writing. It is tan A plus tan B. Now, cot of A plus B, I want to express everything in terms of cot ratio only. Again, you know the tan and cot are reciprocal ratios. So let me replace tan A by 1 by cot A, tan B by 1 by cot B. So we have 1 minus 1 by cot A into 1 by cot B. Same thing in the denominator also, 1 by cot A plus 1 by cot B. So numerator is the difference of the two fractions. Denominator, the addition of the two fractions, or the sum of the two fractions. For both of them, I have to take the LCM. Now numerator, the LCM is cot A into cot B here. Now 1 into cot A into cot B. So it is cot A into cot B minus 1. Denominator again, it is cot A into cot B, that is a LCM. Now cot A is cancelled, cot B into 1, that becomes cot B. Now cot B is cancelled, 1 into cot A, that becomes cot A. So here also on cancellation, what is remaining now? Cot A cot B minus 1 divided by cot B plus cot A. That was the formula I had given you. So I told you there are two methods here. Either you can write cot A plus B as 1 by tan and write the expansion of tan of A plus B, or you can write it as cot of A plus B can also be expressed. The other method you can do like this also. Both the methods are correct, but in the other method here I am using the expansion of tan of A plus B, or else I will be using the expansion of the other one. Cot of A plus B can be written as cos of A plus B divided by sin of A plus B. Sin of A plus B. Now let me expand them. It is cos A cos B minus sin A sin B. Whole thing divided by, write the expansion of this, sin A cos B plus cos A sin B. In the previous method, I had made use of the expansion of tan of A plus B. Here I am making use of the fact that cot theta is cos theta by sin theta, one information, and I am making use of the expansion of cos A plus B as well as sin A plus B. Look here, the answers should contain, the expansion or the formula should contain only the cot ratio. So that has to appear in the formula. How do you eliminate them? You know that again cot theta is cos by sin. So if we divide this by sin A sin B, we will be getting cot A. Therefore, what I do is divide the numerator and denominator by sin A into sin B. Okay, dividing means you have to divide both numerator denominator, or both the terms of numerator denominator. If you divide only the numerator or only the denominator, the value will be altered. So whatever manipulation you do, it should not change the value of the expression. Sometimes you add, immediately you subtract. So what we say, add and subtract. Here you multiply and divide, or we are dividing both the numerator as well as the denominator by the same quantity. Now cos A cos B divided by sin A sin B. Cos A cos B divided by sin A sin B. Each term I am dividing, minus sin A sin B divided by sin A sin B. Now whole thing divided by, what is the we are having here? It is sin A cos B divided by sin A sin B. Divided by sin A sin B, and here cos A sin B divided by sin A sin B. Wherever it is possible to cancel, let me do the cancellation. What are the terms that are going to get cancelled? Look here, in the numerator, all the terms so they remain. Here sin A cancels, sin B cancels. So one remains there. Here sin A cancels, here sin B cancels. So we are grouping the terms like this. What is cos A by sin A? That is equal to cot A. And into cot B minus 1 because both the terms have been cancelled, one remains. Here cos B by sin B, that is cot B, and the other one is cot A. So any one method you can write. Either write it as 1 by tan of A plus B, use the expansion of tan of A plus B and the reciprocality of both the tan and the cot ratio. Or else you can express that as cos of cot A plus B as cos by sin and go for the expansion using the expansions of cos A plus B, sin A plus B, doing the manipulation, that is dividing both the numerator denominator by a common quantity, you arrive at the result. On the same lines now, suppose I am having cot of A minus B. Suppose it is given as cot of A minus B, the same terms are there, only the sign would be different. That is cot A, cot B will be having plus 1. The denominator, it is minus. So in the earlier case now we had plus here and minus there, plus here. It is reversed now. Minus here, plus there and minus. The terms are same but the signs are different. So on the same lines you can prove this result also. Now these two can be remembered as formulae also, but as a problem also for a 2-mark question you can expect these things. So what we have learnt now, the definition of a compound angle and the 6th formula, that is for A, the angle A plus B, the angle A minus B, and we have derived 2 more formulae. These also can be included in the set of formulae, and using them we have calculated some standard values of 75 degrees, trigonometric ratios of 75 degrees and 15 degrees. So in the next session I will be using all this information, that is about the standard values and the expansion of the formulae, to work out the problem. So we will meet in the next session.